Find a comfortable seated position. Straight back, cross-legged, hands on your lap and eyes closed. Focus on your inhale. Enjoy the exhales. Inhaling, taking in any fear, any tension, any uncertainty from your environment, and exhaling, letting all of that go, allowing yourself to be present. Present today in our practice, where we let go of any of the uncertainty or doubt that is binding us. In these uncertain times, it's important for us to come together how we can, although not physically. Emotionally, we can still join forces. We can put our collective efforts into protecting the collective good. Thank you for keeping yourself isolated, but still showing up, coming to your mat, and doing this practice. Set an intention, your own intention, for today's practice. Mine will be to have patience as we wait out the next weeks to months, giving up on some of the things that we usually enjoy. You hear my family downstairs during this video? It's because we're all stuck at home. So please, pardon the interruptions, the laughter, and the noise. It's all part of the experience. With that, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhaling, and one Om together on exhale. Om. On your next inhale, roll over onto your knees, coming onto all fours. Spreading your knees hip width apart, your arms hip width apart, shoulder width apart, stacking your shoulders over the wrists. And then curling the back, feeling the stretch in your trapezius, in your shoulders, and in your neck. And on the exhale, look up, arch your back. Inhaling, coming back into your Halloween cat. And exhale into cow. One more inhale into your cat. Exhaling, coming to neutral and walking your hands out to find puppy pose. Letting your back melt towards your mat. Chin on the mat or your forehead. On the next inhale, walking your hands to stack again beneath your shoulders, and then pushing down on the tops of your feet, straighten your legs, coming into a toe plank. And then slowly bringing your bum towards the sky, stretching the tops of your feet. And on the exhale, rolling your feet back into your first downward facing dog. Feet hip width apart. Gaze towards the center of your ankles. spine as you roll towards the front, coming into plank. And on your next exhale, coming down into chaturanga. Into your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Press your fingertips into your mat. One more breath here. Next inhale, look towards the front of your mat. And hop. Feet meeting your hands. Inhaling, flat back. Exhaling, forward fold. Inhaling, hands to the sky, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling again, look up. Exhale, find your forward fold. Inhaling into a flat back. Hands planting down, preparing to hop back on the exhale for chaturanga. Inhale, rolling forward into your upward facing dog. And then exhaling into your downward facing dog. Stay here in your down dog or play with me. I'm going to do some pike inversions, aiming for some handstands. You can join me in my pike kicks, or you can also kick your heels to your bum, or simply do little hops just to get the blood flowing. We'll spend a few breaths practicing what our body desires today. You pick what's right for you. On your next inhale, look up, hop to the front of the mat. Inhaling back into flat back and exhaling forward fold. Staying in the forward fold for a moment, grabbing both elbows in waterfall, swaying from side to side, thanking yourself for the effort you put into your downward dog jumps or inversions. And then on your next inhale, arms up, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling, bend your knees, coming into Utkatasana. Arms to the sky, gaze up. Lift your toes and sit back onto your heels, having faith that there may one day be a chair beneath you. Continue to sit further back. One more breath here. And fold forward. Inhaling into a flat back. Exhaling, plant your hands. Hop back into your chaturanga dandasana. Inhaling into upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Again, play here with your inversions or your hops. Or simply staying down dog. I am going to try some diamond hops. Be a fun way to open my hips. Fairly early in the practice. Whoa! If you fall out of it, celebrate. It can be a privilege to have the opportunity to fall out of something intense and serious. It means you were giving it your all and you took the risk of putting yourself in a position where you can fall. On your next inhale, look up. Exhale, jump to the front of your mat. Come onto your flat back. And then fold forward. Inhaling, bending your knees, coming back into Utkatasana. Arms to the sky, look up. Sit further back, toes lifted. 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, lift your right leg. Bring your knee to your chest. Flex your right foot. And then cross your right foot over your left knee and sit into your cross-legged chair pose. Just making up names here. Falling out as well. This is a completely spontaneous, unplanned practice in light of my canceled pole class due to COVID-19 that was supposed to be taking place at this time. Lean forward, place your elbows on your knees and ankles if that's within your reach of your practice. And sit a little further back, feeling that stretch in your right hip. Make sure you flex your right foot to protect your knee. You can bring your arms out in front of you or plant your hands on the mat and tip forward into Galabasana, keeping your heel to your bum, head lower down, and then extending your foot behind you and flying. Breathing into this, enjoying the challenge that you present to yourself. On the inhale, bringing your knee back to your shin and standing back up in your cross-legged chair pose. And then on the inhale, collecting your knee into your chest. You can stay here or grab onto your big toe and extend the leg. Keeping your shoulders stacked on top of your hips. Your hips facing the front of your mat. On your next exhale, bring your right leg towards the side of the room. Gaze over your left shoulder. Fall out of it. Come back and join us. And then bringing your leg back on the next inhale. Exhale, bring your knee a little bit closer to your face, and then release. Keeping your leg at 90 degrees if possible, if not even higher. And then bringing your right leg back behind you into your crescent lunge. Bending your left knee over that left ankle, keeping your back leg straight. Inhale to arch back. Exhale, planting your hands to the floor. Finally, lifting the pressure off of that tired left leg and kicking that left leg back. Three-legged dog. Inhale, left knee towards your nose. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to the left elbow. Actually, aim for your left armpit even. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to right elbow or right armpit. And then on the exhale, Bring your left leg across, coming into fallen triangle. Right arm to the sky. Stay here, or dip your left hip towards the mat, keeping your left arm straight, and then pushing your hip back towards the sky. 2 more times here. Left hip and glute just hovering against the mat, pushing it again towards the sky. Final time. Allow your back to arch. Take a back bend if you want it. And then on your exhale, plant your right arm onto the mat. Bring your right or your left foot to cross over your right, coming into sideways down dog. Feel that twist in your spine here. And then rotate on your right foot, roll up, bring your left foot again to the sky, 3-legged dog. And on the exhale, left foot steps between your hands, coming into a low lunge. On your inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling, back foot, toes tuck onto the mat. Coming into your crescent lunge. Exhale, right elbow crosses your left knee. Enjoy your twist here. You can stay here pressing your palms together or opening your arms towards the side wall. I like to bind here, just for completion's sake. I like to grab my left wrist with my right hand and open up that left shoulder. From here, your left leg is probably feeling tired, and that should be enough to tempt your right leg to come join your left. Step it in, and then next inhale, stand up on your right leg. Come up into your twisted bird of paradise. When you stand up, you may feel a little more opening in your shoulders. Sometimes I like to loosen up my grip, so that I have a bit more space to extend my leg. Find that balance, find your drishti. And then on your next exhale, bring your left foot down to meet your right, and then open your arms into a twisted chair pose. From here, bring your arm down to mat, and you're in the perfect position to play in your side crow. So, for those of you who are new to side crow, just tilt gently onto your elbows. You can always play by extending your legs. I like to switch into, I don't even know what this is called, side crow switch. And then you can come somehow gracefully back into your side crow position. And then from here, if you're still in side crow, you can join us in our toe pose. Stretching out the backs of your feet. Bring your knees down. Toes stretched underneath you. And then shoulders stacked over your hips. 2 breaths here. next inhale, roll forward onto your hands and knees, coming back onto all fours. Inhale. On your exhale, lift your right arm and kick your left foot back. Flexing your left foot. Imagine you're kicking an invisible wall behind you and reaching your right arm forward, keeping your left shoulder stacked on top of your left wrist. Inhale, bring your right arm and left foot out as close to 90 degrees as you can. And then exhale, bring it back towards the center. On the inhale, kicking your limbs out. Exhale, back to center. On the inhale, kick it one more time. And then exhale, back to center. And then planting your arm and knee back down. Inhaling, kicking your left arm out, your right foot behind you. Exhale to 90 degrees. Inhale, back to center. Exhale to 90 degrees. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling 90 degrees. And back to midline. Planting your hand and your knees. And then from here, we're going to do that world's longest sequence on the other side, if I remember exactly what we did. So, kicking your toes back up into downward facing dog. Ooh, good opportunity here to play a game with our inversions. I think this time I'm going to try and work on my three-legged dog kicks into handstand. So you can always start with an L shape in your legs to find your balance. And then if you find the hover, eventually bringing your feet together. Or falling out of it. On your next inhale, look up and hop towards the front of the mat. Inhaling into your flat back, exhaling into your waterfall pose. Enjoying this brief intermission in our practice. Intermission for your body, but not for your mind. Reflect back on your intention. I've certainly enjoyed cultivating my patience in the last day or so, as all of our activities have been canceled around us. It's challenging to wait when you don't know how long you'll be waiting for. But it is certainly a good exercise for my mind. On your next inhale, reach up, look up, exhale, hands to heart center. Inhaling, sitting back, coming into your Utkatasana. Bending your knees even further, bringing your toes off the floor, bum back. Look up. Inhaling, bringing your left leg up, knee to your chest. And on the exhale, cross your left foot over your right knee. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bend your right knee and sit into this cross-legged chair position. Left foot flexed to protect your left knee. My left hip is much tighter than my right, so I need a little bit of help with my hands for positioning. Lean forward, resting your elbows on your shins, or simply keeping your hands at heart center. On your next out breath, plant your hands coming into your Galabhasana, tip forward. Bring your right heel to your bum. And look forward as you extend your leg back behind you. On the exhale, bring your knee back underneath your shin, tilting back up into your cross-legged chair position. And then on your inhale, bringing your left knee back up towards your chest. Staying here with your hand on your knee, or reaching for your left big toe, peace fingers wrapping around the big toe and extending that left leg forward. Gaze to the front of the room. Feeling the burn now in my right calf. And then on your exhale, bringing your left foot or your knee towards the side of the room. Whew, okay. Cheating slightly with the wall here. Gaze, if you can, towards your right side. And then leg back towards the center. Inhaling, bringing your knee to your nose. Exhale, releasing that foot, keeping it up as high as you can, 90 degrees. If you're hopping around like me, good on you. If you're more stable, all the more power to you. And then finally, bringing your left foot behind you towards your crescent lunge. Arms to the sky. Right knee over right ankle. Inhaling into a back bend, and then exhaling, yay, planting your hands onto the mat. Bring your right leg up into your three-legged dog. Inhaling, knees towards your nose. Exhale, right leg back into three-legged. Inhaling, right knee toward your right elbow or your right shoulder. Exhaling, right foot to the sky, three-legged dog. Inhaling, right knee towards left elbow, and then extending your leg towards the side for your fallen triangle. Left arm to the sky. And then stay here, or dip your hip on your fallen triangle, hovering just above the mat, and then pushing that hip back towards the sky. 2 more times. Wes is very excited in the background. And then finding a back bend here. Reaching your left arm behind you. And then planting your left hand down onto the mat next to your right. Bring your right foot to cross over your left. Pivot on that left foot. And coming back into your three-legged dog. From here, right knee towards your nose. Planting your right foot between your hands. And come into your low lunge. Left knee to the floor. On your exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lean forward. And exhale, rotating towards your right side of the wall. Stay here and press your palms together, deepening your twist, or open your hands, bringing your left palm towards the floor. Gaze towards your top arm. You can stay here, or you can find the bind. Left hand grabbing your right fingertips or right wrist, and feeling that right shoulder opening towards the sky. Tuck your toes, your left toes behind onto your mat, and then straightening your left leg, deepening your twist. And on your next inhale, bring your left foot to meet your right, and stand up to find your twisted bird of paradise. Stay here, or loosen the bind slightly if you need to, and straighten your right leg. On your next exhale, plant your right foot to meet your left, and bring your left foot back behind you into your lunge. Release. Arms to heart center, hands to heart center. And inhale, looking up. Exhale, planting your palms and kicking your feet back into your downward facing dog. Three breaths here in your down dog. Next inhale, look up, hop into a seated position, and then kicking your legs straight out in front of you. Find your boat pose. Your Navasana. Three more breaths here. Try and bring your toes higher towards the ceiling, nose towards your toes. Keep your neck in line with your spine. And then slowly lowering your legs, slowly, with so much control, lowering your torso until finally everything resting on the mat. Bring your right knee towards your chest. Wrap your hands around your knee, finding that stretch. And then your right fingers around your big toe. Extending that foot to the sky. On your next inhale, kick that foot towards the sky, and then exhale, hands sliding down your left leg, nose towards your nose towards your knees. Engaging those abdominal muscles. Try and bring your knee even closer to your nose. Bending your right elbow if you need to pull your right leg closer to your nose. And on the exhale, relax your neck. Bring your right foot out to the side of the room, keeping your left hand on the left hip to keep it from rolling off your mat. And on your next exhale, bringing your leg back to center, grabbing your left foot with your left hand and pulling it towards the left for a beautiful twist in your right hip. Gaze towards your right fingertips. On your next inhale, bring your right leg back to center. Grabbing your right heels. Bring your knee towards your nose one more time. And on your exhale, release. Stretch out your hands and your feet. And then inhaling, bringing your left knee towards your chest. Wrapping your hands and squeezing your knee to your chest. And then extending your left foot, grabbing your big toe with your peace fingers. Inhale to kick your foot to the sky. Exhaling, bringing your knee to your nose, right arm sliding down the right leg. Try to touch your knee to your nose. My nose is too flat for that, but I have my shin to my forehead. One more breath here. And then exhaling, relaxing your head back onto the mat and letting your left leg fall towards the left side of the room. Right hip stays glued to the mat. Gaze towards the right hand side. Anybody else want to get colored? Volunteers being accepted now. On your next inhale, bringing your left foot back towards the center and then grabbing the edge of the left foot with your right hand, allowing that foot to fall towards the right hand side. Next inhale, bringing your leg back to center, grabbing your heels with both hands, and bringing your knee to your nose. And exhale, release. From here, we're gonna bend our knees and bring our hands to shimmy down to touch our heels. Coming into our first back bend of our practice. Bridge pose. Engaging your glutes, arching your back. Gaze towards the ceiling. And shoulders rolling underneath our back. And exhale to release. You can continue in bridge pose or come onto wheel pose. I'm going to tuck my fingers underneath my shoulders and push up into my wheel. And if you are joining me in wheel pose, be cognizant of your knees falling apart. You want to imagine that there's a block between your knees and squeeze that imaginary block. And on your next exhale, releasing back onto your spine. Bringing your knees towards your chest And rolling your back gently. Grabbing your feet, coming into our happy baby pose. Enjoying the end of our practice as we roll from side to side. And stay in happy baby. Or extend your legs coming into happy husband. Not my favorite pose name. And from here, take any pose that you feel like your body needs towards the end of our practice. We've done quite a few inversions, but if you feel like you need one more inversion, you can come into shoulder stand, bringing your toes to the sky, arms clasped behind you, or pointed high in the same direction as your feet. And if you roll out a bit, make it look intentional, or celebrate coming out of it. And when you are satisfied, join me in your Shavasana. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope this practice has helped you stay active, stay focused, even though you may be trapped at home, even though hopefully you are trapped at home, as we all should be at this time. I hope we can continue to connect through these videos, FaceTime, Skype, and stay as hermits, far away from one another, until together we have tackled COVID-19. Slowly find feeling in your fingers, in your toes. Bring your heels towards your bum as you roll to your side. Or if you have the luxury, stay in Shavasana for as long as you like. I have 2 kids, so I need to go. But I wish you all the Shavasana happiness in the world. Enjoy your final resting pose. And until we meet again, namaste. Thanks again for joining me today.